Okay, hi everyone. Let's begin. Please open your textbooks, I guess, to the subtopic 4.3. And we're going to continue into our study of the laws of logarithms. Okay, so let's begin. So last week, okay, we looked at what logarithms are, okay, and how to change between index form, okay, and logarithm form. Okay, now this is a very important skill, as I mentioned before. Knowing how to change between index form and logarithm form, seeing the relation between the two is very important. And then we also talked about what are the conditions for log, okay, for log to be defined lah. Okay, and as I mentioned before, for log to be defined, okay, the letter A and the letter N must be positive in number, okay, and cannot be equals to 1 because if anything base 1 is not defined, okay, and then after that we also looked at sorry, okay, after that we also looked at a couple of other things, which is these two relations, okay, log A1 equals to 0. If your number that you are logging is 1, okay, it's always equals to 0. And if the base and the number is the same, it's always equals to 1. Okay, so that's another relation that needs to be remembered. Now, another one, uh, okay, is we look at the opposite of log, which is called anti-log, and we look at two different types of bases. Satu adalah asas 10 dan satu adalah asas E. Okay, asas E, which is called a natural log. Okay, so I also taught you how to tekan on your calculator, how to find the log of base 10, and how to find the anti-log. Okay, and then after that, we did all these basic exercises. I hope that you guys have done the work in the workbook. Okay, but don't worry, by the end of this week, I will give you your actual log homework. Okay, setakat ini semua bukan homework, semua adalah practice supaya kamu boleh menjawab kamu punya homework lah. So it's actually up to you whether you want to, whether you want to kuasai this topic or not. Because as I said before, to master the topic of index and logarithms, you have to practice. You have to practice and practice and practice and practice until you are used to it. Okay, there is no until the information is already in your head. Okay, if you don't want to practice, then it's very difficult lah. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the actual laws of logarithms. Okay, the actual laws of logarithms. Now, I just want to remind you again the laws of indices. Okay, because the laws of indices and the laws of logarithms are almost similar. So the first law of indices, we said that if the two bases are the same and you multiply, tapi the index is different, so this will be A M plus N. Okay, the indices akan tercampur. If the two bases are the same and you divide them but with different indices, you will get A M minus N. Okay, and of course, if you have a base that you are kuasa, okay, that you power with the power of n, so this will be a to the power of m. These are the three laws of indices, okay, that we studied before. Now, if you heard what I said just now, the most important word actually, okay, the most important word is the base must be the same. Okay, the base must be the same. So in the case of the laws of indices, the base is A. Okay, as I said, this is the base, this is the index. So same base, then you can talk. If the base is different, for example, 2 to the power of 3 times 3 to the power of x, so you cannot do anything because the base is different. You cannot do 2 times 3 and then 3 plus x. Slap your face. Cannot. Okay, ini memang tidak boleh sebab the base is not the same. So you must listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that the base must be the same for all these laws to work. Okay, in the same way, for the laws of logarithms, the laws of logarithms only work if the base is the same. Look at the base. Base A, base A, base A, base A. Okay, so the laws of logarithms only work if the base is the same. If the base is not the same, then we will have to do something else lah, okay, to make the base the same. So these are the three basic laws. The first one is if the base is the same, okay, then and if the number is multiplied, you can split this number into plus. So log base A X plus log base A Y. Okay, hampir sama dengan the laws of indices. Okay, the multiply, the product, okay, times will become plus. The second law is if it is divided, okay, log A X over Y. Okay, then this will become log AX minus log AY. Okay, you split this divide up into become minus and make sure that the base log is the same. Now, I want to mention this one because this one always a lot of people make mistake. So log A, this is the one yang kena bahagi. Okay, it is not the same as this. Ini lain cerita, lain cerita. Okay, this and this is not the same thing. Okay, this is log AX divided by the whole thing log AY. Okay, ini lain cerita, we don't talk about this. This law talks about kalau these two are divided and then dia kasih log yang sama. Ini pula X yang kena log bahagi Y yang kena log. Different story altogether. Okay, jangan kasih sama. It is a very common mistake and I've seen many students always make this mistake. Okay, so please be very aware. Okay, same thing with the first law. Okay, the first law, another common mistake is this, I always see students do this, log AX times log AY. Ini salah, this is wrong. Okay, haram, this is haram, cannot. This and this are not the same at all. Okay, so please don't make this mistake. Okay, it is a very common mistake, so I hope that you don't make it. Okay, now the third one is called the power law. Now the power law is pretty simple, but also requires you to remember this. So if let's say you log A X to the power of n, what happens to this power is that we bring the power forward. So for example, log A X to the power of 3. Okay, it according to the third law of logarithm, this 3 I can bring to the front. Okay, 3 log A X. And likewise, I can do it terbalik also. Okay, for example, if I have 2 log 2, 7, contohnya. This is actually equals to, if I bring the power back up, it will be log 2, 7 squared. Okay, now log 2, 7 squared means ini squared bahkan hanya milik 7. Okay, don't do this. This is wrong. 2, 7, the whole thing squared. Ini salah. Okay, ini adalah salah. These two yang kamu bawa naik itu hanya belongs to the 7. Okay, which also means that if let's say I were to write this log 7 x, the whole thing power of 6 the whole thing power of 6. I cannot do anything with this. Okay, saya tidak boleh kasih bawa ini pergi depan because it doesn't follow this law. Okay, ini adalah keseluruhan log kuasa 6. So I cannot follow this law. Tak boleh, tak boleh. I can only bring the 6 forward if I write it like this. The 6 adalah milik X sahaja. Then I can bring the power in front. Okay, this and this guys are two. Okay, so jangan kasih sama. This one means kamu kasih log dulu baru kau kasih kuasa 6. Okay, you cannot use this law. You can only use this law if the 6 only belongs to the X. Okay, so notice that the power of the bracket is very important. Okay, people like to put bracket suka-suka hati je letak bracket tapi tidak faham. So please understand that ada maksud ini, all this bracket. Jangan main letak saja sembarangan lah. Okay, so these are the 3 laws of logarithms and we're going to use them to do the following. So you're given that log 4 equals to 0.712 and log 75 is 0.827. Evaluate each of the following. Now, when you are given these kind of questions, this is the one thing that you need to remember. Okay? Okay, there is always a hidden information. Ada satu maklumat yang tersirat. Okay, the hidden info is that log 7 equals to 1. Okay, now kenapa saya pakai asas 7? Because look at the question, 7. Okay, so there's this information over here that that you need to know. Okay, that is a hidden information. This is given. Ini mesti diberi. So kau tidak boleh kira ini. Tapi ini semua mesti tahu. Okay, so if this question I were to change it to log base 5, then this will be log 5 lah. Okay, as long as you make the base and the number the same, this is the hidden information, equals to 1. So how do I evaluate this? 1 over 4. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to change this number so that saya boleh gunakan 5, 4 or 7 untuk menghasilkan nombor ini. Okay, so for example, log 7, 1 over 4 equals to log 7, 5 over 4. Okay, 5 over 4 lah, saya tukar 1 over 4 to become 5 over 4. Now, according to law number 2, this is 5 over 4. So I can split this up to become minus. Okay, so this will be log 7, 5 minus log 7, 4. Then I can substitute. Sebab log 7, 5 dia sudah beri 0.827 minus 0.712. And then I can find the value lah. 0.827 minus 0.712 is 0.115. Okay, saya belum lagi menggunakan ini hidden info lah, kejap. Okay, I just want to show you how this works. So you have to change this number into a number that sama ada dia adalah hasil darab atau hasil bahagi. Okay, let's take a look at the second one, B. Log 728. Okay, so we have these two numbers, 4 and 5. Can we find a number to menghasilkan 28 out of 4 and 5? Cannot. That's why we need this number 7. Because log 728 is actually log 7, 4 times 7. Kita tukarkan 28 kepada 4 darab 7. So that I can use the log laws over here. So this will be log 7, 4 plus log 7, 7. Log 7, 7 is how much? 1 plus 0.712. And so I get 1.712. Okay. So this is the trick. Okay, this is the trick to answering this question. First of all, you have to know what is the hidden info lah. Kalau dia asas 7, kita gunakan nombor yang sama. Kalau dia asas 5, kita gunakan nombor 5. But asalkan kita boleh dapat 1. Because sometimes the number that you want to form, okay, cannot be just 4 and 5. We have to use the number with the same base as well. Okay. Now I'm just going to give you a clue on how to do 100 and 0.25. So let's think about 100. 100 is, kalau kita mau hasil darab, it will be maybe 4 times 5 times 5. 4 kali 5 kali 5. Okay, so this will be log 7, 4 times 5 times 5. So you can split this up by using the first log law, okay, to become log 7.4 plus log 7.5 plus log 7.5. Gunakan nilai di sini sajalah. Okay, the values are given. Okay, what about 0.25? 0.25. I don't know. 0.25. 25 over 100. Let me see. Okay, this one can be 0.25 is 25 over 100. 25 is 5 times 4. 100 is over here lah. You've already done this. 4 times 5 times 5. Begini. Actually, we should do this last one. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so log 7, 0.25 is log 7, 25 over 100. Oh, you know what? No. Let's do it even more simpler. Log 7, 0.25 is log 7, 1 over 4. Because 1 over 4 is 0.25, 1 divided by 4. Yeah. Okay. So this will give you log 7, 1 minus log 7, 4. Log 7, 4 kamu ada sudah. What is log 7, 1? Log 7, 1 is 0. Okay, which is why I said all this information yang saya bagi dulu kan sangat penting ini. Okay, all this information comes into play. That's why you need to practice. Okay, because when you practice, then you will easier. 0 minus 0.712. You can get the final answer. Okay, so that's one type of question that often comes out okay, which you will practice later in your workbook. Okay, the second type of question is to find the value, evaluate without using a calculator. Okay, to find the value without using a calculator. So let's take a look at this. This is log 321 plus log 318 minus log 314. Now, if you want to combine the plus and the minus to become times and divide, you must make sure that the base is the same. Is the base the same? Base 3, base 3, base 3. Okay. Kalau base 3, base 3, base 3, then can. So you get log 3. Then, since this is plus, so these two numbers we will multiply. Times 18. This is minus, you'll be divided by 14. Okay. Then you can find the value lah. Actually, it's so cheating, but actually you can lah. Okay, this will be just log 3, 21 times 18 divided by 14 will be 27. Okay, but you're not done. Log 327, if you remember 27 and our magic number, log 327 is actually log 3, 3 to the power of 3. Okay, 3 to the power of 3 is 27. Now, according to the third log law, okay, if you have a power over here, you can bring the power in front. So this will give me 3 log 3, 3. This power, saya bawa pergi depan. Okay. Log 3, 3. Same number, same base. Same number, same base is 1. So 3 times 1 equals to 3. And that's how you do it. Okay, we combine all the log laws together to get this. Okay, question B. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing because I just realized that I have another class at 11:30, so I must finish this all by 11:30. Okay, log 4 2 minus half log 4 9 plus log 4 12. So the first thing you need to notice is that everything log 4 boleh. Everything log 4 then we can use the log laws. So since there's a number in front here, okay, it makes sense to kasih naik the number. Okay, bring the number up. So you get log 4 2 to the power of 2 minus log 4 9 to the power of half plus log 4 12. Okay, I bring all the power up first. And then after that, I do this multiply and divide. Divide and multiply. So this will be log 4, okay, 2 to the power of 2 divided by 9 to the power of half times 12. Okay, I change this. I put in all the logs together and then I change the minus and plus to become divide and times. Okay, so what I will get is, yeah, I know you're not supposed to use the calculator, but actually you can use the calculator for this because I mean if you don't remember 2 to the power of 2 is actually 4 and 9 to the power of half is actually 3 . Okay, 4 divided by 3 times 12. Okay, 4 divided by 3 times 12 will actually give you 16. 4 over 3 times 12. Yeah, will give you 16. Okay, but as I said, this is evaluate. So if you want to evaluate, you have to think about this. Apa kaitan 16 dengan 4? It's actually log 4, 4 to the power of 2. The reason why I can do that is so that I can bring the 2 forward. Log 4, 4 equals to 1. So my final answer is 2. Begitu. Okay, so this is why, as I said much earlier, this section of the chapter, the laws of logarithms, is probably the most difficult section. Kalau berbanding dengan indices and surds, indices and surds are much easier. Okay, laws of logarithms is actually the hardest, and it is hard because everything that you learn before is combined in this. Dia bukan satu-satu tau, dia bukan menggunakan satu prinsip sahaja. Everything that you have learned before, okay, is all used in log. So if you can master the laws of logarithms, then you will not have much problems with admaths, seriously. Okay, but in order for you to master the laws of logarithms, you have to practice law, and you have to practice. You have to work and you have to practice. If you don't practice, if you don't work, then it's like, well, yeah lah. I mean, it won't work lah. Yeah. So anyway, okay. So 2C, I'm gonna let you do it on your own. Okay, but I've shown you 2A and 2B already. Okay, now this one is to express this as single logarithms, which means we want to simplify this. Okay, if you want to simplify, it's pretty much easy. We just have to make sure that it is the same base. Okay, so for example, question A, log 2x plus log 2y squared. Okay, is it the same base? Can. If it is the same base, we can combine this to become a single logarithm. So this will be log 2, then the plus will become product. Okay, so x, y squared. Done. Okay, remember, don't bring the 2 forward, okay, because you don't need to. Okay, you don't need to bring 2 forward. Okay, how about question D? You have half log 4x plus 2 minus 3 log 4y. Okay, the first thing you need to do is, okay, obviously, you bring the half and the 3 up. Okay, because you want to make it into single logarithm. So you shouldn't be expanding, you should be compressing it. So log 4x to the power of half plus 2 minus, sorry, this shouldn't be 3, this should be, the 3 should be bring up already, right? Okay, so it will be log 4y cubed. Okay, now we have a problem here. Here got log 4, here got log 4. But this number 2 is sitting alone with no log to its name. Okay, so this is why we have to introduce the 2 times 1, okay, which is log 4 x to the power of half plus 2. Now I want to change this color because this is a very important concept. If you see a single number by itself, okay, you have to add in the base and the number that is the same. Because log 4 is 1. 2 times 1 is actually 2. Okay, so this is why we do this. Because we want to simplify this into a single log. That's why we have to bring it all in. Okay, then we get minus log 4y cubed. Now, since this is 2 log 4, I can bring these 2 up. So I get log 4x half plus log 4 minus log 4y cubed. Then I can combine this all by using the laws of logarithms. So log 4, I'll get x half times 4 squared divided by y cubed. Okay, and then I can simplify this lah. Actually, this is 16. This is a 16x to the power of half over y cubed. Okay, the final answer lah, log 4, like this. Okay, I combine this to become in one term like that. Okay, this is how we change this long expression to become this. But the reason why I'm doing this question D is to show you this one. Okay, this green step, which a lot of people miss lah. Remember, you can only combine it all if everything got log. Okay, So this one is a problem just now. Sini ada log, tapi yang tengah-tengah ini tiada. Kalau tiada, kita kena wujudkan itu log. Okay, dengan mengambil kira log asas sama dan log base yang sama. Now I can talk about this, but as I said lah, you need to practice this. You need to try it out and struggle through this thing, okay, before you can finally get it. Okay, it takes a lot of practice. I'm not saying that when I first learned this kan, satu kali saja, terus saya tahu sudah. No, it took me a long time to get this as well. Okay, the question that you need to ask is whether you want to work at it or not lah. Okay, if you want to work at it, then go ahead. Okay, give it a try. It's tough, but it's not impossible. Okay. Now, question number 2. Given that log 23 is P and log 25 is Q. Now, if you're given this kind of question, as I said before, we did that in this number 1 question. Okay, except that now there are no numbers given, you're just given P and Q. But there is always a hidden information, which is log 2 equals to 1. Okay, there is always a same base and same this one. So you need to take out the log 2. So question A, log 210 will be how? Log 210 will be log 2 5 times 2. We cannot use 3 because 5 times 3 is 15. We want 10. So this will be log 2 5 plus log 2 2. Log 2 5 according to this question is Q. So replace the Q plus 1. Okay, then you're done. You cannot evaluate it. You cannot find the value because there's no value. You just have to express it in terms of P and Q. Okay? Okay, in the same way, 45. Let's think about this. 45 is 3 times 5 times 3. Yeah, 3 times 5 times 3. Okay, so you can expand this further lah. Okay, how about square root of 15? Square root of 15 is 3 times 5. So it's 3 times 5, the whole thing, square root. Okay, so you can basically, you want me to do this for you? Okay, let me do this now. Okay, so log 2 square root 15 is log 2 square root of 3 times 5. If I expand this further, this will be log 2 3 square root times 5 square root. Okay, so using the laws of log, I will be log 2 3 square root plus log 2 5 square root. Bring the square roots in front, bring the kuasa setengah semua ke depan. I'll get half log 2 3 plus half log 2 5. Log 2 3 is P, log 2 5 is Q. So my final answer will be half P plus half Q. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so the first task for the day, the first task for the day is these 2 questions in page 47 and page 48. Okay, in your workbook lah. Questions D and E. If you can go through all these 10 questions in these 2 sections, it is an achievement in itself. Of course, try to answer the textbook questions as well lah. Okay, but I just want to show you how to use the laws of logarithms. And I know I'm going very fast. Okay, I know I'm going very fast. But it's because number 1, you can actually watch this video again if you want to take it slowly lah. Okay, but I have learned that no matter how fast or how slow I go, okay, students lah, okay, generally you still need to practice. You need to practice, you need to try it out yourself, and you need to understand every single step that is happening, okay, before you can finally master it. So I'm going very fast so that I can finish this as soon as I can, and after that we'll try and help you to see if we can answer the rest. Okay, so let's continue. So the problem is this lah. So far we've been looking at all questions where the log is the same. The base of the log is the same. Log 4, log 4, log 4, log 2, log 2, log 2. So earlier on, I asked the question, what if you're given an expression where the base is not the same? Okay, then what are you going to do? You have to simplify, you have to evaluate, but the problem is the base is not the same. So what do? Okay, so in order to do that, we have to do this one extra step, which is called base conversion. Okay, base conversion. So let's say you have log base a to the number of b, and I want to change this log base a to another base called log c. So this is the formula to do it. Okay, we put the number b on top with the log c, divide the whole thing by log base c to a. Now, I want to remind you that this is not the same as log C B over A macam ni. Ini dan ini adalah tidak sama. Okay, it is not the same at all. Okay, bukan kau main gabung-gabung itu log sesuka hati ya. Macam kau kasih gabung itu algebra. Bukan, bukan. Okay, so for example let's say I have log 2, 3. Okay, and say, okay, change to log base 5 lah. Okay, so if I want to change this to log base 5, I'll do log base 5, log base 5. I put the number 3 on top, and I put the number 2 at the bottom. Okay, so that's how we use base conversions. Now, what if I want to find the value? Okay, find value of log 2, 3. How are you going to find the value of log 2, 3? Since in your calculator, okay, there's only two types of logs, which is the log base 10 and the natural log. Okay, so we can use base conversions to help us. Log 2, 3, since our calculator is using base 10, we can do base 10. Log base 10 on both sides, up and down, number 3 on top, number 2 at the bottom. Then you just press the calculator. Okay, you just press log 3, log 3 divided by log 2. Begini. Sorry, I don't know if you can see this. Log 3 divided by log 2. Then you get 1.585. Okay. So that's why we need to learn base conversions, because our calculator gives us the value of log 10. So we can basically find the value of any log as long as we know how to convert it to base 10. Okay. Now another relationship that's very important here is that if you have log AB, it is actually equals to 1 over log, if I want to change the base lah. Okay. Ini adalah base A, ini adalah base B. If I want to change the base, then ini adalah seolah-olah kamu kasih bahagi. Okay, and then you change the base at the same time. This is also another trick lah. I guess you can say it's a trick lah. Okay, trick to say this. So log AB equals to 1 over log BA. In this case, the base is A. In this case, the base is B. Okay. Now these two basic base conversions actually can help you all to answer a lot of stuff already. Okay, you can do a lot of this one. Maybe I should give you all a challenge like 100 log questions. If you can answer 100 log questions, then everything is possible. Okay. So as I said, evaluate each of the following by converting it to base 10. I'm just going to do question C. Log 518. If I want to find the value, is to log 10 on both sides. Then the number on top, I put 18. The number at bottom, I put 5. Then I press log 10, 18. Okay, log 10, 18. Log 18. Okay, divide by log 5. Okay, divide by log 5. So I press equals and I get 1.796. Something like that lah. Okay, log. So that's why this base conversions is very helpful, because it helps us to find values for any log as long as we know how to change it to log base 10. 1.796. Okay, 1.796. Okay, same way, if we want to convert it to natural logarithms, okay, last week we learned natural logarithms is log E lah, okay, or we call it ln. So log 7225, Okay, if you want to convert it to natural logarithms, it will be ln 225 over ln 7. Okay, remember the base always goes to the bottom and the number always goes to the top. Okay, then the same thing lah. You press ln 225 divide by ln 7. Yeah, I'm not going to show it. I mean, yeah, just basic press. So you get 2.783. 2.783. Like that. Okay, so it's log conversion. Conversion is very important because it helps us to do all this, simpler. It makes the calculation of values much more simpler lah. Is this the last one? Yeah, this is the last one. Okay, so given that log 32 equals to t, express each of the following in terms of t. Okay, so let's start with this. So we find that this one, the base is 3. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Log 29. Okay, log 29. Now, since I don't know anything lah, and since I want t, means I have to change this into base 3. No choice. So this will be log 3. I put the number 9 on top, and I put the number 2 at the bottom. Okay, so good news. Log 32 is t. So over t. What about log 39? Okay, let me bring you outside. Everything ada kaitan one. As I said before, these magic numbers are always very important this entire chapter. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, and 49, and so forth. Okay, 9 is actually 3 squared. So if you think about it, log 39 is actually equals to log 3 squared. I bring the 2 forward, 2 log 3. And log 3 equals to 1. 2 times 1 will be equals to 2. So this will be equals to 2 over t. Okay. Now in a normal situation, all these steps over here is not counted one. You should already know this. Okay. If I see log 39, I immediately know it's 2. Okay. Sama seperti kalau saya nampak 9, I know that it's 3 squared. If I see 25, I know that it's 5 squared. If I see 49, I know that it's 7 squared. Okay. So it should, as I said this kind of thing will only come naturally to you if you do a lot of practice on this. Okay, it has to be done with practice lah. Okay, I yeah, I know, but saya balik cakap practice kan. Yeah, but it's true, you need to practice. Okay, when you practice, it makes things much easier. Okay, let me try question C. Log 218. Okay, let's think of a way lah. Okay, let's think of a way. The problem is this one is base 3. So let's do the same thing. Base 3, this is base 3 2, this is base 3 18. So log 3 2, no problem, over t. How about 18? 18 will be, let me see, 2 times 3 times 3. Shall we do that? Okay. So log 3, 2 times 3 times 3. Okay, so if I use the first law of logarithm, this will be log 3 2 plus log 3 3 plus log 3 3 over t. Log 3 2, t, plus log 3 3, same base, same number is 1 plus 1 over t. So my final answer will be t plus 2 over t. And that's how we do it. So you see there actually is this whole complicated world. Okay, this whole complicated world where everything that you have learned before finally comes together in this chapter. Okay, in this subtopic. Okay, all the square, all the hasil darab, all the base conversions, everything that you've learned before comes together in log, which makes log one of the most most admit students will find this subtopic the most difficult. Okay, but my argument is that it is only difficult if you don't practice. Okay, honestly, it is only difficult if you don't practice. Okay, I know I sound like I'm nagging, but I cannot say this enough. Okay, you need to practice in order to make this much easier. Nothing comes easy. Okay, especially if you don't practice or if you're too lazy to practice. It's susah lah. Okay, let's do question number 4. Okay, if log 2m equals to a and log 2n equals to b. First of all, notice the base. Base is 2. Okay, base is 2 means everything over here we have to convert. Because look at this, base 8, base 4, base pelik-pelik lagi mn. No choice, we have to convert it to base 2. Okay, so let's do this. Log 4 m squared n cubed equals to log base 2, log base 2. Let's make it easier first. So this whole thing goes on top. M squared n cubed, 4 goes at the bottom. Okay? Now, let's talk about log 2, 4 again. So 4 equals to 2 squared. Okay? So log 2, 2 squared is actually equals to 2. Because I bring the 2 forward, 2 times 1 is 2. So the whole thing over here is over 2. Okay? Then I can split this using plus. Sebab ini adalah darab. So log 2 m squared plus log 2 n cubed. Then I use the third law of logarithms. Saya bawa ini 2 ke depan. So 2 log 2m plus 3 log 2n over 2. Log 2m is a. So 2a plus 3b over 2. Done. Okay? And that's how you would do this. Okay, so things like this, when you see number 4, number 8, all these things, actually they come into play one. Okay, but as I said, it comes with practice. Okay, let me do one last one now, question C. So log mn, 8n. Our base is 2. No choice. We have to change it to base 2. So log base 2, log base 2, 8n, mn. Okay, so this will be log 2, 8 plus log 2n over log 2m plus log 2n. Okay, so log 2n sudah diberi, log 2m sudah diberi, so we will get log 2a plus b over a plus b. But there's the problem over here, log 2a. So what do you think 8 is? 8 is actually 2 to the power of 3. So log 2a is actually log to the power of 2 to the power of 3. Sorry, log base 2, 2 to the power of 3. Saya bawa 3 ke depan, I get 3 log 2, which is 3. So my final answer is 3 plus b over a plus b. And that's it. Okay, jangan juga kamu potong-potong di sini ya. You cannot do this, okay? Because this is 2 terms, this is 2 terms. You cannot just suka-suka hati potong saja. So atas ada b, bawah ada b. Itu konsep yang salah. Okay, the potong-potong only works if it is 1 term, 1 term. This is 2 terms. 3 is 1 term, b is another term. Sini ada 1 term, sini ada another term. Cannot. You can only potong kalau dia 1 term saja. So leave the answer as it is. Macam ni. Okay, so for today, I also want you to do all the way until H. I know it's pretty a lot of questions for one whole day, but because you've been relaxing for almost an entire week, so I thought, okay, we need to go through this whole thing. This is as I said before, this is a difficult part. Okay, it is probably the most difficult part in this chapter. Okay, all this trying to manipulate the logs around. Okay, but struggle through it, go through it, and work through it. Okay, because I believe that if you do a lot of practice, it will work. Okay, it will work and you will get better. The T can cut ka. Which T? Sorry, Eldon just asked me the T can cut. Let me see what you're talking about. What T? Hello, this is plus lah. 3 plus B and A plus B. Oh, this is question number 3. I don't know which question you're referring to lah. Maybe you can take a screenshot of the question that you're talking about, and then we can ask in the this one lah. Okay, because I'm not really quite sure which question you're talking about. Okay, so for today, please answer your workbook questions. Okay, from D all the way to H. D sampai H. Page 47. Okay, page 47, from D all the way to H. Tomorrow I will finish this chapter proper, and then after that we will do a little bit of revision lah. Okay, for your upcoming exam, which is I don't know when. Okay, so give it a try, everyone. And if you have any problems, you can always ask me either by DM or in the group. Okay, and as I said before, I know that you all have the answers, okay, and kebarang kalian atau the kecenderungan kamu semua adalah untuk menyalin terus jawapan daripada sana. You can do that, okay, you can do that if you want. But if you're going to do that, then I suggest that you make sure you copy with breaks. Okay, don't just copy because I'm not going to check this book. Okay, yang saya akan periksa is kamu punya kerja yang saya akan beri besok. Okay, the actual homework. Okay, because if you can refer to the answers for this book, then what's the point, right? And you can copy if you want, but you need to understand what is happening. If you don't understand the working, okay, please ask me, or you can ask any of your friends that are good in this chapter. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow. Give the questions a go, and I will see you tomorrow for our class. Okay, take care, everyone.